Welcome to Kitchen Live here at Cucci with Chef Erik.mp4 here. Preparing a few fish dishes this evening for a few friends that are coming in. We're going to start off with one of our baked sardine appetizers. Now what I do with that, the fresh sardines, they come in pretty much every other day. I wrap them in prosciutto. I get a couple of prosciutto di Parma, the real authentic Italian stuff. You can't cut corners. Gotta be the best. Some fresh basil. Then we lay down our sardine, really simply. A little bit of salt and pepper, just a little bit. You don't want to do too much salt because the prosciutto already has natural salt. And then some fresh lemon zest that I've done. A little bit of juice, just to accentuate the oils. Then what we do here, I take a little bit of fior di latte, which is a type of bocconcini cheese, which most people are familiar with. It's made locally here in southern Ontario, a farm in Ingersoll. We get it from our friends at the Cheese Boutique. It's fantastic. A little bit of cheese, some more sardine, and we wrap that up into a tight little bundle. Just keep it all together. That way when the cheese melts through the cooking process, we don't lose any of that goodness. Now what I do, I'm going to season it on the outside now, just a little bit more salt and pepper. The black pepper works really well with the oiliness of the sardine. Then I take my pan here, a little bit of olive oil. Usually I don't like to start cooking with olive oil because you lose some of the fruitiness from the fruit, but this is such a short cooking time for these sardines that you don't really lose any of that fruitiness, and it works really well for your nose. Just get a little sear on there. Hear that sizzle, means your pan's nice and hot. Just put that in the oven. Let that cook for 2.5, 3 minutes max. And what we do here at the restaurant, we serve that just on some grilled butternut squash, so I'll get that slowly warming. Some salsa verde, a little bit of garnish, some fun stuff I'll show you in a moment. And for the second dish that we're going to do, main course, one of my favorite fishes to use is sable fish. Black cod is also known. It's funny that it's called black cod because it has nothing to do with the cod family. It's a fatty fish. It swims off the Atlantic coast of Canada, and it goes into really deep waters. It swims between about 900 to 4,000 feet below the ocean surface. So what I do, I get these fish in pretty much every day as well. We go through so much fantastic seafood here at Cucci that I am able to purchase fresh fish daily. So we cut the belly off, just because it's not as pretty as the rest of the fish. And now what we have to do, there's some pin bones in here, which most all-round fish have bones that run through here, and something like salmon you can pull them out with tweezers, but because this is a bit more robust, we have to cut it out. We just follow the bones with our fingers, do little cuts. It's a delicate fish, so if your knife's good and sharp, you don't really have to worry too much. Just keep on cutting and cut the bones out. I'll do that. So now this would be a beautiful chunk for 2 people, but what we're gonna do, give it a little more of a trim. I'm gonna cut that here. Now that's beautiful for 1 person. It's about 6 ounces, 7 ounces of fish with all the accompaniments. You really don't want to have too much more than that. So what we will do here is, again, very simply, I believe in letting the fish speak for itself. So just salt and pepper, accentuate the natural flavors of the fish, the sweetness of it. In our pan, it's already hot. Now this, again, we want to have a nice sear on there. What that does, it will caramelize some of the natural sugars in the fish and just take it to a whole new level. Get that going. There's that sizzle again. Makes me happy. Now I'll most fishes we start them skin side down so we get a nice crispy skin. But here with the sable fish, I really want the flesh to be crispy and delicious and really get the caramelization going of the meat. So we'll start with that. Then with a good hot pan, you don't need non-stick or Teflon. It will release itself. I'll pull out these anchovies, or sardines, sorry, and they're good. Now what I do, I put them here on my, just let them rest a little bit, let them relax. And I'll start plating that dish. So what we do, one of our funky plates here, just out of the way. Start with a little bit of salsa verde. Down on the plate, salsa verde. There's two kinds. We make the Italian one here, of course, being an Italian restaurant. It's basil, parsley, garlic, anchovies, a little bit of green onion I put in there. Then we just puree that with olive oil and salt and pepper. So it's a nice aromatic flavor and scent. Put butternut squash, which is nice and hot now. Our sardines. 1, 2. Like to garnish this with a orchid. I think the colors just pop. It's really pretty. And then a little bit of organic micro basil, just to keep with the theme. And then some olive oil. Why not, right? And there we go. There we have our prosciutto wrapped local fior di latte stuffed sardine with a salsa verde and butternut squash. Service!